Okay. So far we have finished enterprise structure. We have finished. In enterprise structure, we have discussed about the company code, personal area, sub area, employee group, employee subgroup, and its assignment. Right? Okay. But in real-time scenario, FICO consultants will create company code, and its assignment. But in real-time scenario, we have to create only personal area, personal sub area, employee group, and employee subgroup. And its assignment we have done, that we have done. Okay? After that, we have a class of info type. So what is mean the info type? It's a set of logical related data where we can maintain the information of objects like employee, position, job, each and everything that we have discussed. In which I have explained to the number ranges. 402 0399 is for personal administration or personal action. 1000 to 1999 is for organized management. 2000 to 2999 is for time management. Then 4000 to 4999 is recruitment. 5000 to 5999 is e-recruitment. Then 9000 to 999 is for customer specific. After this, we have discussed in detail about the feature. Feature is a system control object which is used to default the value from IMG to SAP easy access to the info type. Right? So this can be maintained in two ways. One is menu part, second one is C code. The T code is, I told you that TE02. Every feature can be maintained based on complete business scenario, but most of the cases they are maintained like based on Volga, Bucket, Work, BTRTL, and PERSG, and PERSK. So Volga means country grouping, Bucket means company code, Works means personal area, BTRTL is personal sub area, PERSG is employee group, PERSK is employee subgroup. After this, we have discussed a lot in time management. Okay, Mr. Rahul? Yeah, sorry, yeah, the feature name. Absolutely right, correct. MCAR, NUMCAR, Pinch, ABKRS, then no. Here, NUMCAR feature, Pinch feature, ABKRS feature, IGMAR feature, and SCH feature, they can be maintained any one of these parameters. So here SCH we have maintained. How did we maintain? Based on PERSG and PERSK. These are the parameters. Okay? Rahul, is it clear? Now after time management, we have created list of holidays, then holiday calendar, then factory calendar, and PS grouping. Okay, after that we have created break, then DWS. DWS is for working days and off days, then PWS, senior work schedule, then we have generated work schedule rule, and we have default with a feature SC HKZ. After that we have created absences. Absences two types, paid absences and unpaid absences. Okay, paid absences will have a quota that we have discussed. Will have a quota that we have discussed, like annual leave, maternity, if anything is there, that we have discussed. Now today we want to create unpaid absences. So what is the difference between paid absences and unpaid absences means? Paid absence means if an employee won't come to the office, he is paid. That is called paid absence. But unpaid absence means if an employee won't come to office, that particular day salary will be deducted. That's it. This is also known as LOP. LOP means loss of pay. Loss of pay. So here today we want to discuss loss of pay and finish the time management of absences. Now, to create paid absences and unpaid absences, we have to follow the same part. Everything is same. Only two streams, in two streams we have to enter different data. The rest is same as we have created paid absences. Okay, what we are going to do, let us discuss one by one. It is very easy once we can practice paid absences, unpaid absences. The loss of pay is also very easy. Okay. So here the first step is here group or some sub areas for the attendances and absences as we have done for paid absences. The first step is this. Group or some sub areas for the attendances and absences. Or SPRO, IMG, time management. Okay, time data recording and administration. After that, absences. Then absence catalog, absence catalog. Then click on group person sub-area. Click on group person sub-areas for attendance and absence. The part is once again SPRO, IMG, time management, time data recording and administration. Absences, absence catalog, and click on group personal sub-areas for attendances and absences. Already we have done this. What we have given, let us see. Sources are here. We have grouped them with 0 2. So 0 1 is given for DW. Daily work schedule. Okay? Okay. You need not do once again. Once we have done, it's the same for each and every type of absences. The second step is define absence type. Second step is define absence type. We don't do anything here, but we have to check up it here. Part is SPRO, IMG, time management, time data recording administration, absences, absence catalog. Then click on define absence. Click on define absence type. Here, what is the name of the absence that we have to create it here? Click on here. Go to the entry. Here we have to enter PS coding, that is 02. Here any 4-digit code RALO. Come here, loss of pay. Loss of pay. Okay, starting date is always company foundation day, ending date is always 31/12/99. Here what I told here, you can put W or E, whatever you want. Here it is always K as this is. Minimum you can put 1, maximum can be 9999. Press enter and save. Same as we have created for the paid absences. No changes here. Yeah, only code is different. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. After that, this is determine entries, frames and time constant classes. Third one. Determine entries, frames and time constant classes. Okay, parting same, that is SPRO, ING, time management, time data recording, administration, absences, absence catalog. Then click on determine entry string and time constant classes. Here, click on here, then choose and select your absence type. How do we get? By using the score bar, or click on position, enter your absence type 02 RALO. Press enter. It will come at top of the screen. Select it. Click on detail. Here there is a screen number is different for paid absence and unpaid absence. This is definitely asked in the interview. Here, for the paid absence, we have entered 2000. If you can remember, you can enter or just press F1, system will give you 2001 quota deduction. Thus means whatever the leave employees will apply for a specific day, if it has a quota deduction, we have to enter 2001. So it will be deducted. If it is loss of pay, there is no quota deduction. So we have to enter 2000 as the screen number. These two are very, very important. 2001, 2000. I am entering 2000. Why I am entering 2000? Because loss of pay may not have any kind of quota. You can take 1 day, you can take 100 days. Okay? It is always, as I told you, that time constant 01. Don't enter anything anywhere, just set end date. Whenever employee will apply for a leave, system has to check. No. Here what we are telling the system, if any employee applies for a loss of pay, how many days naturally employees will apply? 10 days. After 10 days, but 11th day, the employee has to come to office. So we are letting the system to check up. If you won't select check end date, system won't give any message to you. If you enter check end date, whenever employee applies for a leave 1 to 10, on 10th itself, system will tell you tomorrow this employee has to come.
What if it's like just unread for 1 day? The next day he comes and wants it?
No, he may not put it here because whenever employee will come, so he has to swipe. There will be time administrator. He has to enter the data. So no employee himself has put it to the data. Just to put a mail. Whenever put a mail to the respective officer, he will enter the data. So on they are called time administrators. They are called time administrators. Is it clear? Okay. Save. Come back. Mr. Rahul ji, you have to concentrate on table names. As I told you this, because in real time scenario this is important. Table names. You know, if you go to table, click on print, you will get the table name also here. V_5546_O. So definitely there is a question, what is the difference between paid and unpaid absence? This is the difference. 3 number. Okay? Next. After that, define counting class for the PA work schedule. Same thing which we have done, but we have to set up it here. Define counting class for the PA work schedule. Define counting class for the PA work schedule. Here we can give 0 to none. Any number. What does it mean? Whenever we have created a period work schedule to whom we are going to give a number, that's it. It's a code, nothing but. Rahul, is it clear? Okay. Okay, here even I want to write the part also. STRO IMC time management, then time data recording and administration, time data recording and administration, then absence set, then absence counting, absence stabilize. If you go for an interview as a fresher, they will ask each and every step. But if you go as previous experience, apart from the part, they will ask the table names. They will ask the scenarios. How do you customize an absence for an employee? We have to tell all the ways. How do you create paid absences, unpaid absences? What is the difference between one to another? How do you assign to the employee? They will ask each and everything. Absence capitalized. After absence capitalized, then absence counting. After absence counting, click on define counting classes for the PA work schedule. Click on define counting classes for the PA work schedule. We have already given, I think 5 we have given. Let us check it. Here, click on here. Let us check our 01 or the QW. Yeah, this is our. We have given this time. Here we have to test it, whether we have maintained the counting class or not. Definitely there is a question on counting class. That is first question. What is meant by counting class? Counting class is defined with any single digit code of a numeric between 0 to 9, which is going to indicate this is the period work schedule. Here, after this, when we create counting class, where we have to specify, where we have to select only the counting class file. Okay, table name is this. V_T5516. Here you do one thing, Mr. Rahul ji. Whenever you get half an hour time, here you have to create like this. How because it's important. Table name field. Okay, say for example this is a table name. This is the table name. You have to enter what table name it is to make a note. Counting classes. You can put a counting classes. So you can put a question, why it is necessary? Why? Because in real time scenario, the implementation is over. Assume that you are going to work on support. The end users or the key users are the client side people entering some data. They are getting an error message. This data is not in v_t551c. But if you don't know, you have to check each and every step. It will take 1 day. It may take 1 hour. It may take 1 day. But if you have maintained all the tables, so whenever you know this table, immediately you could tell to them, hello, nothing to worry, I will do it, or go do this. Go to SMCART, because in a real-time scenario, sometimes we may not go through the path. Directly we can go, if you know the table, I will tell you this is the table name. If you know the table name, there is one shortcut way to get in the screen, that is SMCART. Enter the table name here. Click on maintain. Directly you will get the same screen. Okay, instead of going through the path. So instead of going for each and everything, if you go the path, it will take much time. Enter SPRO, enter time management, expand time management, expand work schedules, expand this and that. It will take much time. Instead of that, directly you can go to the particular screen if you know the table name. But if you don't know the table name, you may not go there. So table names are very, very important for us. But most of the people, they thought that, no, it's not our duty. It's the duty of ABAPers. So they have to know. If you Mr. Rahul, there are more than 100 modules are there in SAP. Here, if we are an ABAPer, do we know each and every table of each and every module? Is it possible? Not at all. So this is our duty. But one more thing I can say. For all modules like FI, MM, TP, SD and all the modules, there will be one ABAP consultant. But HR, there will be a specific ABAP HR consultant. Why? Because in HR there are so many complex duties. So many scenarios are there. So we have to develop so many things. So that is the reason there is a specific ABAP HR consultant. Okay? So that is the reason, if we know even a little bit of technicality, so it is well and good for us to get a job and to do the job very smoothly. Okay, forget about those things. This is the things here we have done. This is 5th step. Now 5th step. Next one, this is group employee subgroups for time quotas. Already we have done. We have to check up it here. Group employee subgroups for time quotas. Time quotas, I told that 2001, 2002, 2006, 2007 are called time quotas. What is 2001? 2001 is nothing but absences. 2002, it's nothing but attendances. 2006, it is what absence quota. 2007, it is attendance quota. So who we are going to create this group employee subgroup for time quota? Here, we have to group them. A single digit code. I think we have already given this 01. I am thinking. Let us check it here. 01 as a TS grouping. Sorry, ES grouping. Rahulji, are you there? Okay. 1 minute, please. Okay. This we have already done. Let us check up here whether we have done or not. Enter country grouping. Somebody is there. The data is locked by user Raj and can be displayed only. Do you want this? Okay. Nothing to worry. Just we have to check up here. Our employee group is R. This is R and RR. Corporate no. Already we have done this 0. Okay. Just come back. Next one, group person sub-areas for the time quota. Group person sub-areas for the time quota. This is also done. I think we have given 03. Let us check up it here, whether we have done or not. This is, we have done this R3. This 3 we have done here. Okay. After this, define absence quota type. Define absence quota type. This is the 7th one. Okay. Party. Let us do one thing. I will. Rahulji, do you know how to prepare notes? So in real-time scenario, whatever you have configured, you have to prepare a document and give it to the client. So this is the way. Here, whatever the absences you have created, you have to write the path and put the screenshot and show to them, because once you do implementation, you can leave the company. So next year, next consultant will come. If they wanted to know through the document, this document is a ready-made document which is available for any consultant. Here the part is using time management, time and recording administration, then managing time accounts using attendance right, like time quota type, then define absence quota type. Define absence quota type. Because in real-time scenario, I will tell you one thing. In real-time scenario, we have to prepare so many documents. Say for example, I this document. Second one is to be document. Third one is question and answer database document. Fourth one is BBP. BBP stands for business blueprint. Fifth one issues database. Sixth one customization document. Seventh one, end user manual. So these are the document names which you have to prepare. Without any document, there will be no implementation. But who is going to do this? It is going to be done by the senior consultant, not for the junior consultant. But if there is only one consultant who has to implement SAP HR, that we have to do. As is document, to be document, question and answer database, BDP, issues database, customization document, and user manual. Okay, customization document in the sense, what did you customize? With part and with table name, with screenshot you have to put it there. Issues database in a sense, once we prepare a document and whatever the issues which we have discussed with the client, that is called issues database. End user manual, how to use the product. Whatever the product you will get in the market, or you will buy in the market, or you will purchase in the market, along with a product there is a manual. By reading the manual, we have to use the product. Then question and answer database. Question and answer database, as soon as you go to the company, you may not know the total business parts of the company. Put some questions. How is your organization structure? How many locations the business is spread? How many types of employees are there? What are the salary elements are you going to get it here? How many list of salaries are you going to provide to the employees? How many, is it country specific or region wise? These are the questions. Okay? We will discuss later in the last session. So when we finish the course, and we will discuss all the documents. Okay? So this is defined as a quota type that we have to create it here. Okay? Click on here. Already we have done what we have done, TS grouping for 03. I think no. I will check it what we have created. This one, 98 we have created. Okay. Now we can use the same thing, or we can create a new one. Okay. Here we want to create a new one. So go to new entry. Rahul ji. Go to new entry. Here ESG time quota type, it is 1. PS grouping for time quotas is 03. Here you can enter any 2-digit code. I am entering 96. You can put it here name, absence quota for loss of pay, LOP. Start date, end date, you know. Here it is always date. Time constant 01. Here no transferring remaining entitlement because it doesn't have any kind of entitlement or anything, and even no compensation. You should not select this. This is the second difference. Press enter and save. Press enter and save. I am putting the screenshot here, so it will be pretty clear to you. Okay, Rahul ji? After this, okay. You want to come back? Next. Checking, it's not right now. We will discuss later. After this, we can go for this quota overview. Reduction. Here, define deduction rules for the absence and attendance quota. define deduction rule for absence and attendance quota. Yeah. Okay, here I will put the part. Here part is pretty clear, I think. Time management, time with recording administration, then managing time accounts using year by year, then quota reduction using year by year, then click on define deduction rules for absence and attendance quota. Here we are creating the deduction rule. Okay, click on here, double click on absence because we are creating absences. This one. Okay. Here we can check what we have created for the last class. This is we have created this RGB deduction rule. Okay. We can use this or we can create a new one. But why I am creating once again, it is like a practice session to you. That is the reason I am creating once again. In real time scenario, we need to create once again. We can use the whatever we have already defined. Go to the entry. Okay, here you can enter 964 RGB deduction rule for loss of pay. Here you have to put 96 as quota. Press enter. Save. We need not know. We have to use the same thing. Here why I am putting again because it's a practice session for you. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. I am putting the same screen also here. Okay. Now next step is save. Assign deduction rules to counting rules. Assign deduction rule counting rule. I think part is clear. I want to put the screenshot for the part for you. Okay, here we are going to creating the counting rules and assigning to the deduction rule. Click on here. So in the last class what we have created, I will show here. This is 987 we have created. Okay, go to the entry. Here enter 1 this is 03 9 88. Here you can create the RGB counting rule for loss of pay. Here the one, you know the process what I am doing here, because Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday is calculated as loss of pay holidays. I think this is clear. Now here I am selecting this and this. This is full working day, this is half working day. Here always is work according to work schedule. Right? Okay. Here counting rule hours is 5. This is it clear? This is other than 0. Whenever we create the work schedule 9 to 5, where what number you have to given, we have to select that. But instead of that, you can select almost all those things 1 to 9. except only 0. 0 is for the non-working day. Then always greater than 0 working hours, full day. It is days. Always I told you that 100. Okay, not necessary remaining. Here deduction rule, access quota and over entitlement. So within entitlement, what we have created, deduction rule we have created. That is 964. Very simple, creating the codes and linking one to another. Right, Mr. Rahulji? Press enter. Save. Okay? The last one is this is where is that? Assign counting rules to absence type. Assign counting rules to absence type. Whatever the counting rule, that is 988 what we have created, we are going to link to the absence type. What last of pay we have created. Okay, I will tell you the part. It is time management. Time management, time before recording and administration, absences, absence deadline, absence counting, rules for absence counting new, then assign counting rules for absence time. Here what we are doing, Mr. Rahul, we are linking the counting class to the absences, what we have created. Right? Click on here. Now there is a slight difference between paid absence to unpaid absence. Here you can see here. Select your absence type. How in real time scenario you can see only your absence type. Here there are so many. Select it. Click on details. Here you have to enter counting rule. That is 988 I think what we have created. This is 988. Here don't choose quota deduction. Because loss of pay may not have any kind of quota deduction. Okay? But whereas paid absences will have the quota deduction. So there we have to select it. Here we need not select here. There are only two major differences. While entering the screen number, there we have to enter 2000 for loss of pay. For quota generation, it is 2001. There is one difference. Second thing is here, for paid absences, you have to select the quota deduction here. For unpaid absences or loss of pay, you need to select quota deduction. Save. Is it clear? Right, so what? After this, here, define indicators for the personal calendar. Define indicators. Define indicators for the personal calendar. Personal calendar in the sense, what is the working days of an employee? What are the breaks which are allotted to the employee is called personal calendar. Now, whenever employee applies for a paid leave or unpaid leave, in this personal calendar, the time administrator has to know that this employee is on leave of either paid leave or unpaid leave. Each and every leave type will have an indication. That indication which we are going to create here. So click on here. Here, define indicators for the personal calendar. Double click on first one. Define indicators for the personal calendar. Click on here. here. Accidents, healthcare, different things. Paid absence. Okay? Paid absence, somebody has created 03. B. B means this is. Or you can put it here, class of pay, as you wish. This is here. You can put it here. Now we have to give a link to loss of pay to your absence type. What you have created. So in real time scenario, you can go to new entry, you can enter PS grouping. What PS grouping? Process survey grouping for the absent attendance type. So for attendance absence we have created 2. Enter 2. Here you can put B. C means loss of pay. Press enter and save. What system is saying is already there. So we can use the predefined thing or we can create our own. Rahul, is it clear or not? Okay. Where it says 0 to 3. This is. Somebody has created this. We want to put it like loss of pay. Now here we are going to link the indication, the B which we have created, to our absence type. Click on here. Select your absence type. What is your absence type? Our absence type is 0 to RA LO. This is. Here select it, click on details. Details. It will take a little bit of time. Yeah, it will take actually it has not to take this much of time because of the technical problem. It will take much time. Okay, Mr. Rahul, how is your practice? Good. Okay, thank you. Here, we have to enter the code which is going to be appeared in the personal calendar of an employee. Whenever an employee, whichever the employee applies for loss of pay, in his personal calendar, he has to get that D. D means loss of pay. Loss of pay. Is it relevant to personal calendar? Yes. Save it. Okay, this is over. Okay, now, so in time management we have finished 80% of the time management. What is left out? Rotation shift is left out. Rotate in the same, this week first shift, next week second shift, third week it is night shift, fourth week it can be a day shift. This is called rotation shift. This is left out that we will discuss tomorrow. Here, rotation shift also is very easy, but I will give a clue to you and we will discuss tomorrow. Say for example, 01/01/2009 to 07/01/2009 is morning shift, say for example. Okay, then 08 to 01/2009 to 15/01/2009 it is for second shift. Then 16/01/2009 to 22/01/2009 is for the night shift. So this is called 3-week rotation. This is called 3-week rotation. This we have to discuss. And this is one thing. In UK scenario, so many scenarios are there. But once we can understand the logic behind SAP, we can create any kind of scenario. Here what we have to create is here, this is the case. So one we have to create morning shift DW. Second thing we have to create second shift DWS. Third one we have to create night shift DWS. Fourth one we have to create week off. Is it clear? Okay. Now, so far what we have created 9 to 5, we have created. Assume that it's a morning shift. Now later we have to create second shift, then night shift. Already we have created week off. Okay? Then we have to create PA work schedule and same thing we have to generate the work schedule. Okay? Rahul, is it clear or not? Yes. Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so means we have to create two and we have how to assign them and how to get the output. Let us discuss tomorrow. Is it clear? After this, overtime will be there. With overtime, everything of time management is finished. Then we will step into payroll. Okay? Okay. Today I want to stop it here and again we will meet tomorrow. Okay? Okay. I will send the note to you. Please download it. Okay.